No, 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 no. I was shoot, man. I forget I do that at the time. I was gonna do the worm or the caterpillar. But again, I have no room in my bedroom to do that, unfortunately. Although I would have to bring the camera, of course, down a little bit further if I had to do that. But but I only played Heavy Machinery's theme music for the intro for my Fastlane preview predictions tonight, though, folks, because tonight I had a nice T-bone steak for dinner. And of course, I would say steaks and weights, Tucky, steaks and weights. But I didn't go lifting weights afterwards because I don't lift weights. Well, maybe once in a blue moon I'll do it, but I don't really lift weights that often. That's why I'm not that bulky. But so instead, I will modify a little bit and say steaks and shrooms, YouTube, steaks and shrooms, because I had steaks with mushroom. I had a T-bone steak tonight with mushrooms on top of it. But anyways, getting off track, let's get to tonight's stream, guys. What is going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993 coming at you for my live preview and predictions for WWE Fastlane 2019 that will be taking place this Sunday, March 10th from Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio, just about 2 hours northwest of me, not that far at all. I was just there actually back in November, in Cleveland for a little, guide trip just to check out that area. Of course, it snowed while I was out there. But anyways, that's beyond the point. We're going to do a preview and predictions for Fastlane, the last stop before WrestleMania 35, which will be in 1 month from today. So 1 month from today, I will be sitting in in section 126. I haven't looked at my ticket in a while. Gotta remind myself where exactly I am sitting. Okay, let me see here. I got my WrestleMania stuff here. All right, let me see here. This is the WrestleMania access ticket. My bad. Here it is. Okay, I'm in section 126, row 23, seat 4. That is my WrestleMania seat for this year, and I am still very pumped. I can't believe it's already a month away until that day will be here. So I look forward to that as well. But I will say this once, although I've said this twice. I've said this 3 times. I said this every year since this pay-per-view started in 2015. Yeah, 2015. This show is skippable. Well, here's the thing. This show actually has build that it could be like, a decent show. Like, I don't expect much to come out of the show at all. But, I'll say, I probably expect a little more from it than the Fastlanes the past couple years. Last year's Fastlane had terrible build, but it was an average show last year. The year before, though, in 2017's was kind of meh, like on the okay side. 2016's me was still the worst for Fastlane. The first one they had was decent. Like, I'm expecting probably on the level 2015 show with some good wrestling matches, but nothing much to come out of it. Once again, just why are we having this pay-per-view as well? I mean, if there was, there's still, SmackDown and Raw branded pay-per-views, okay, but we don't need 2 dual brand pay-per-views in between, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. Again, I said how many times? I get the fact that they probably in 2015 took away Elimination Chamber and put Fastlane in because they didn't want to have so many big events back to back to back, even though now we're getting Money in the Bank, the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania, apparently, which I feel is kind of a little stupid. They should have had Backlash, then Money in the Bank, then Extreme Rules. I don't know why they switched that around. Who the hell knows? Anyways, though, we don't need 2 dual brand. Again, this feels like just another episode of Raw or SmackDown. Again, we can have a decent show, I feel. I feel the show won't be, well, just to watch it one time, I'm hoping it could get that feel. But other than that, if you miss this show, I feel you won't really miss anything. The matches are pretty predictable at this point. Maybe like a turn or two maybe could happen. Of course, we'll get to that, in the predictions as well. We get there. But other than that, that's all we're going to talk about. And again, I apologize. I was going to do this yesterday, but then the past couple days, I've been hardcore job hunting lately, trying to get a better job for me. And the applications are taking a little bit longer to get through, and I'm not, getting as much done as I need to. And I'm trying to do this thing where I balance, like, okay, I do, some of my, my personal stuff and more of like, my work stuff, like, balanced out at the same time, so I have 2 computers. Fortunately, though, it's kind of been a little bit of distraction. That's why I've kind of been like easing back for the past couple of days. But don't worry, guys. Again, As I always say, I'm not going anywhere. But guys, let's check the live chat first before we get started and see what we got. We just got a message from Jay. What is going on, Jay? He says, the most predictable pay-per-view I've ever seen. Definitely one of them for me. I'm sure there was a lot of predictable pay-per-views we've got. And you know what? Some predictable pay-per-views, can still be good. But at the same time, like this one, it feels like it's going to be another episode of Raw or SmackDown. But it could be a solid episode. So, I'm hoping for just a solid wrestling show on Sunday. I'm going to watch it, but don't expect any live reactions from me this Sunday. I'll do my live review afterwards, but don't expect any live reactions. I'm really not expecting much from this show at all. So let's get right to the predictions. As always, I'll predict these matches in order of how I feel they should happen. And also, there's 8 matches on this show, including the pre-show match. Honestly, with nothing really much coming out of this show, I really don't think this show should be any longer than 3 hours. I really don't. If Elimination Chamber was only like 3 hours and 10 minutes, Fastlane shouldn't even top that off. If Fastlane tops off Elimination Chamber, that will be kind of ridiculous, I feel. But let's get into the show and see what we got here. On the pre-show, now this is a match I predicted for WrestleMania, for the main card. And these two guys have had some pretty stellar matches on SmackDown Live since Rey Mysterio made his return to WWE last fall. But we're having Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas. Again, I still call him Cien Almas because that's what he should be called, not just Andrade. Come on, you deserve more than just Andrade. But anyways, they're in a pre-show match. I'll say Andrade wins this one. If it was WrestleMania, I would have said Rey Mysterio, but I'm hoping that they give these guys one more match at WrestleMania with a stipulation to it, maybe. I mean, I know my friend Dan Guys has been predicting a mask versus hair match, maybe, which, I'd be cool with them, going that route if they would do that. So maybe, that happens. That's why I say wait to have Rey beat Andrade till WrestleMania. Even though I wouldn't mind seeing Andrade get a win at WrestleMania, this being his first WrestleMania. But I feel Rey would get his compass there. So this is a pointless pre-show match basically, which I might check it out because I actually am interested in seeing what these guys can do because they put on some pretty good matches, especially that match they had back in January, a week before the 2 out of 3 Falls match. I think these guys still put on a solid pre-show match. I'll check it out. But I'll say Andrade wins the pre-show match. Again, if this was WrestleMania, I'd say Rey, but I think it's going to be Andrade winning it. I'm sorry, Andrade Cien Almas, not just Andrade. No, I hate how they call him just Andrade. But anyway, so yeah, we got that match. To start off the main card, we have 3 women's matches this show. So, not bad in there. We're starting off with the Boston Hug Connection taking on a Samoan Slaughterhouse. Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on Nia Jax and Tamina. Obviously, they're not going to have they better not at least have Sasha Banks and Bayley drop those tag titles already, especially if they're pledging to, go all over, God's creation to Raw, to SmackDown, to NXT, to defend these WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, especially, of course, because I want to see a match so bad between them and the Sky Pirates. So this is just a first match, title defense. They win. It's whatever to me. I don't really care about this match. Again, you know how much I can't stand Nia Jax and Tamina. So we're hopefully, this will just be a match to put over Sasha and Bayley as tag team champions. Probably sometime this summer, if they're built up well enough. I believe the ones who will probably dethrone Sasha and Bayley will be Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. If they're built up. Again, right now, they're not looking too good in NXT. So they need some more time. But eventually, I think they will be dethroned by Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. But I do feel at some point, though, we will see a match between Boston Hug Connection and the Sky Pirates. I wouldn't say at this coming TakeOver, but I'd say maybe at TakeOver San Diego in June, we could see them have a match there, which could set up for the which after the match could be when Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. But again, they still need work, Marina and Jessamine for sure. So definitely not yet, but just imagine get the tag titles on the pre-show on a pay-per-view to defend get a title defense under their belt. Fine, whatever. So Sasha Banks and Bayley better retain. Nia and Tamina better not win. For sure. Again, thank you, Deluxe Man, for making that so entertaining. Or basically, if if I'll spell your name for a second. Larry was watching. Huh? Of course, anybody else. I'm still being entertained for you guys. We then have a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Revival taking on Bobby Roode and Chad Gable and Aleister Black and Ricochet. I mean, I think this was probably supposed to be DIY versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Revival of Robert Chad Gable and DIY, but apparently, again, because of Tommaso Ciampa's neck injury, it was probably substituted out for Ricochet and Aleister Black. And again, who knows what they were going to do with Gargano and Ciampa? Though, if Ciampa was healthy, they would get a WrestleMania match, not which I hope they would have done. Because again, the match they were supposed to be having should have been on NXT. Who knows what route they were going to go with it? But this is a match to get the Raw tag titles on the show. I mean, I think it could be solid, if they, let them, do what they did, whenever the Revival won the tag titles, had that pretty strong match against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. But this makes no sense because how did Bobby Roode and Chad Gable earn this opportunity again? I mean, I think Ricochet and I think did Ricochet and Aleister Black. I don't think they beat the Revival. I know the Bar, but I don't think they beat the Revival. I don't think they may have. I can't remember. The Revival had how many tag matches and they've lost, but I think this is a Revival retaining right here. And I don't know who they're going to be dropping the belts to. I don't see Ricochet and Aleister winning the Raw tag titles yet. And I don't see them putting it back on Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. And again, this division is so stupid to begin with. So why wouldn't they? They would probably do. They would do something, stupid though, if it was. But I still think, this could be a solid triple threat match, and I think the Revival will retain here. We got Asuka taking on the sexy Mandy Rose. Again, always great to see Mandy Rose looking glamorous in her black attire, but she's not ready to be SmackDown Women's Champion. I mean, she was ready to, contend for the SmackDown Women's Championship on like a B show pay-per-view like Fastlane, which, okay, just give Asuka something to do, even though, I still have no clue who Asuka's going to face at WrestleMania now. Again, my pick was still Kairi Sane. If they wanted to really pull a curveball, like, why not have Asuka face Kairi Sane, which would be a match I definitely wanted to see. So I would enjoy that. But other than that, again, I have no clue who Asuka's going to face. I mean, she's already faced Naomi, the defender title against, I don't think Mandy Rose is ready to, be champion. I don't think Sonya Deville is ready to be, I mean, Sonya's gotten better, but I don't think she's ready to contend at WrestleMania. Carmella, again, there's no one there. Nikki Cross, no one WWE, they'll probably make it Lacey Evans. Even though, again, I'm still not feeling Lacey Evans for the main roster at all. I know she's probably going to get that super mega push that has been rumored because, she's tall, she's blonde, she's beautiful, she's blue eyes, and, the usual stick for, women that Vince wants to push. The women that he probably desires, he wishes he could, book stuff they booked for back in, like, the TV 14 era. And, again, if we go a little too far again, but I noticed though, even though I'm not a fan though of how that Mandy earned this opportunity by making Asuka look like an idiot. But thank goodness Asuka's okay also because she apparently fell on her head last week, but she's okay. But Asuka's retained her. She's not dropping the belt to Mandy Rose. I'd be surprised if they would drop the belt here. I'd be more surprised if Asuka dropped the belt than if the Revival dropped the tag title. So I think Asuka will retain here. And that was the first 4 matches. So check the live chat. We just got Mark saying, I don't know if I'm going to watch. None of the matches got me hyped. No worries, man. I completely understand because, again, this pay-per-view just feels skippable. I mean, again, it could be a decent wrestling show to watch, but it's not gonna change the capacity for WrestleMania. We all know what's going to happen for the most part for WrestleMania. This next match, though, I think should be a solid match. The Usos taking on Shane McMahon and The Miz with Mr. Miz, who will be at the show, Miz proclaimed when they got their rematch a couple weeks ago. So, of course, Shane McMahon and The Miz dropped the tag titles to the Usos at Elimination Chamber. And with Mr. Miz being in Miz's corner, we all know this is leading to a match with The Miz and Shane McMahon for WrestleMania, which I still feel is kind of like a demotion for The Miz because, again, like he was definitely ready back in around Crown Jewel to be WWE champion. I felt. I mean, again, and we all know I love Daniel Bryan, but I still feel that heel turn kind of got in the way of it, even though it's worked out for the best for him. I gotta say this heel run, but I definitely feel like it got in the way of the Miz's championship run. But no, instead he's getting the match with Shane McMahon. I mean, I'm not the most hyped about the match or WrestleMania, but I'll give credit that they've at least tried telling some type of interesting story with, Shane McMahon, well, Miz claiming that, his father's never really been proud of him, but he's finally able to make his father proud because he's working with someone who knows how to make their father proud in Shane McMahon. Well, of course, that goes to a certain extent at times. So I think the Usos are going to retain for sure, but this is where the Miz will turn on Shane McMahon. And of course, my one friend kept predicting, what if it was Mr. Miz who helped, Miz do the turn basically, which would be awesome. They could go with the storyline how the Miz is just bragging that he feels like he's on a better level than Shane is with his father or whatnot. I don't know. So, but yeah, I think the Usos are dropping the tag titles. But I think they're retaining. We're going to finally get the turn between Shane McMahon and the Miz, as probably expected. So we got that. This match I also was going to be excited about. The Shield versus I was too lazy to write down all three of their names, so I put them down as the boring trio of Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley. Obviously, guys who definitely have a lot of great singles potential, but Baron Corbin has just turned into an annoying idiot. Bobby Lashley, when dominating and being fast-paced moving, which he's been better in the ring, I'll give him credit, but he's not one of my favorites still, as we all know. And then of course there's Drew McIntyre, who I feel is kind of taking a step backwards since the Royal Rumble a little bit. And I don't know if he's going to be getting that match with John Cena, or unless it's, John Cena does face Samoa Joe, as the rumors are now, which I think would be an awesome U.S. title match for sure. As that's definitely a dream match for me, John Cena and Samoa Joe, which we probably would have gotten last year if Joe didn't get hurt right before the Royal Rumble last year. So this is a match, the storyline here, Roman Reigns just made his return, and he wants to Shield back together one more time, since, the rumors of Dean Ambrose leaving, whether if it's a work or not, we still don't know yet. We won't know until after WrestleMania, though. I feel either at WrestleMania or the Raw after WrestleMania, we will not know if Dean is for sure leaving or not. But anyway, so obviously the Shield's winning this match. I mean, I feel even though some of the villains in this match are kind of bland, but I feel like they could also put on a great dominating match. The Shield never cease disappoint with these 6-man tag matches. At least this time, the Shield is being booked in a more interesting way. Not like last time, I feel like they were just Roman Reigns' cronies basically. It brought down Seth Rollins' Intercontinental title run. It kind of brought down Dean Ambrose, also making him look weak also. And of course, the heel turn didn't work out for him, but this could, I mean, again, if Ambrose is still leaving, though, this could lead to, a match, because again, originally the rumor match for WrestleMania 35, if Roman Reigns did not get sick, was Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose for the Universal Championship. Apparently that was the rumored match for WrestleMania, which I've wanted to see these two have a feud. Again, they've come across paths and fought with each other in like triple threat matches or fatal four ways over the years. They've only had one match. That was in the championship match in the finals for the championship at Survivor Series 2015. It was just like an 8-minute match. It could have done so much more with it for sure. But we've never seen these two have a feud, of course, which that's one of the first feuds I wanted to see besides, Rollins and Ambrose roles reversed, which, it didn't work out. But I'm pretty sure, again, a refreshed Dean Ambrose being booked the properly way he should be as a heel would be good. But again, we may not get that since Ambrose might be leaving. So the Shield's going to win, and I'll say possibly having Dean Ambrose turn heel, which could lead to, Roman Reigns facing Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania 35. So, yeah, I'll give them the win there. That's a good name for the trio, definitely for sure, Mark. So that's going to happen there again with Shield winning with a possible heel turn from Dean Ambrose again. Again, my thing is, again, if the storyline of Ambrose leaving WWE is a work, again, to me, I'm hoping it's because they're just taking time to hit the reset button on his heel character, because again, it just was not working out. He needs to be just, Jon Moxley, dark, dangerous, like the Joker, basically, as everyone says, not, some comedic germaphobe, basically, coming out with these gas masks and getting shots in his ass. Again, the segment when he got the shots in his ass, I feel was really where, he went downhill. Because, of course, as I always say, because it's actually the wallpaper on my phone. Well, let me move the icons out of the way, but, how could you not, crack up at that face that he made when he first came out the week after he turned on Rollins? That's still, you know, one of my favorite faces. The many favorite faces I have of Dean Ambrose. But yeah, so the Shield's winning here with a possible Dean Ambrose heel turn. If he does, they'll set up for a match with Roman and Dean at WrestleMania 35. We're going to have Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair. And again, the match originally was supposed to be for the Raw Women's Championship until Ronda Rousey showed up last week. And apparently, I'm still champion. Give me my belt back. It made no sense. But we're getting a match that most of us thought we would be getting at Fastlane or Chamber. Again, Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair. And if Becky wins, she gets added back into the WrestleMania main event for the Raw Women's Championship. Even though, again, she earned that opportunity by winning the Royal Rumble. But again, she disrespected authority, which again, you know, was part of a story that I felt just made this story so much more complicated. But again, I've gone to this stick how many times. I've also mentioned how many times that, you know, I kind of wish this would have maybe Becky Lynch and Nia Jax, even though I'm not a fan of Nia Jax. But one, again, we've seen Becky beat Charlotte how many times? We know Becky can beat Charlotte. And two, Nia is the one who caused the knee injury to begin with. And if it wasn't for the knee injury, we would have never gotten into this mess. So just for something different, I would have rather seen Becky and Nia, honestly. But Becky and Charlotte will still put on a good match, as always. And hopefully Becky Lynch does win and gets added to that women's title match. It becomes a triple threat, and Becky Lynch will win the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania, WrestleMania 35, when she defeats Charlotte Flair and Rowdy Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship. Again, as I keep pitching, take Punk's idea, make it elimination style, and have, like, you know, Charlotte be the first one eliminated, and have, like, you know, Ronda and Becky go out for like 10, 15 minutes. My night will be made if we do that. I'm pretty sure, you know, with this being a 4 or 5 hour show we're going to be getting in a month, I'm pretty sure, you know, that will definitely wake up the crowd for sure. But yeah, that is my prediction for that match, of course. And finally, our main event, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. Bryan's going to retain. I mean, if Owens wins, I won't be upset. But again, WrestleMania needs to be Kofi's moment. WrestleMania needs to be Kofi Mania. You know, you wouldn't have me saying this a month or so ago when I thought it was crazy that they were giving a member of the New Day a title opportunity after Mustafa Ali went down. Again, I love you, Mustafa, but Kofi Kingston stole your momentum. But he has been waiting 11 years. You'll be around WWE for how many more years? Here, let me ask Siri a question. Siri, how old is Mustafa Ali?
Mustafa Ali is 32.
Well, he's 32. I didn't think he was that old. Well, okay, Mustafa Ali is 32 years old. Siri, how old is Kofi Kingston?
Kofi Kingston is 37.
37 years old. Kofi Kingston is 37 years old. He has waited 11 long years. Mustafa Ali is 32 again. I love you, Mustafa Ali, but it's Kofi's time. And I'm just not quite ready to see him be in the main event. Again, I was told the rumor is the reason why Ali has been getting this like kind of more of some main event push ever since he came. Well, first off, you're really going to have, you know, the guy who got eliminated by Nia Jax be your world champion 3 months later. But again, the reason why apparently Ali's been getting this push is because they want him being champion going into their Saudi Arabia show, which again, I will not be watching in May, I believe it is, whenever the heck it is. But so apparently that's the reason why it did that, because they wanted an Arabian being champion. But again, my opinion, again, if you want to be a champion, give him the U.S. title. You know, have him and Samoa Joe have unfinished business. Have him, you know, wrestle Joe and dethrone him for the U.S. title either at WrestleMania or in the Saudi Arabia show. Although again, I kind of really want to see that match with Samoa Joe and John Cena at WrestleMania. But you know, it's this main event can still be a good match of Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan. But you know, not much is really going to come out of the fact that again, Kofi better get that match at WrestleMania. He better. He deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. Okay, I'm going a little crazy there. But yeah, guys, those are my predictions for WWE Fastlane 2019. Again, my picks are on Us win the pre-show match, Boston Hug Connection retaining, the Revival retaining, Asuka retaining, the Usos retaining with Miz turning on Shane thanks to help from Mr. Miz. The Shield defeating the Boring Trio with a possible Dean Ambrose heel turn again. Becky defeating Charlotte. I also forgot to mention, I feel there will be some sort of, big brawl between Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte after the match. And Daniel Bryan will retain against the returning Kevin Owens. So again, as I said before, pretty skippable show, pretty predictable. But again, if they put at least some solid matches, that's all I'm going to ask for this Sunday. Nothing else in the live chat. So yeah, thank you to Mark and Jay for joining me live, guys. Again, tomorrow I will do my special live stream again. I was going to do this and the live stream today, but again, I'm just trying to get some stuff going with some other stuff in my life right now. So that's why it's taking me longer to get some of this content out over this week. I wanted to get out with my video games, other things too I want to do too. So stay patient, guys. But I will be live on Sunday for my live review of WWE Fastlane, not just Fastlane. WWE Fastlane. Who talks like that? But who knows? So guys, thank you for joining me live again. Slap the like on the video, subscribe or comment on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirboy93. And that, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you all later. So have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.